This is First Corinthians chapter 3 and verse 18. It says, uh, let no man deceive himself. If any man among you seemeth to be wise in this world, let him become a fool that he may be wise. You gotta become a fool. What does that mean? What does that mean? You have to become a fool. May be wise. That means do some dumb world star hip hop stuff and just be idiot and does that mean that? Do that? No. Does that mean, oh well, if wisdom is keeping the law, statutes, commandments, then being unwise will be breaking the law, statutes, commandments. So for me to be foolish will be for me to break the law, statutes, commandments, because that's foolish, because wisdom is keeping them. No, that's not what that means. Don't complicate things, Jay. Don't overthink. Don't overanalyze stuff. What it referring to is that you got some intelligent people in this world that they are intelligent. They may know stocks very well, NASDAQ, all this stuff. They might know worldly wisdom from seminary, universities, seminary schools, or whatever. You might know how to start a business, how to get loans, all this stuff. And a person who has a lot of knowledge, you're gonna have to be a little pride. You're gonna have some pride to yourself, because after all, you acquired this knowledge that you have by being diligent. Especially if it's some knowledge that other people don't know. Oh, I know the history of the Mongolian Empire and how it fell, and I know the Jing Han dynasty, and I know who the president's daughter was, and I know how money first, paper money first circulated, first came about, and what's the first ATM card and debit cards, and I know all this stuff. Good, even if you are right, good. But you got to become a fool. Here's what it means to become a fool. Throw all that out the window. None of that gonna help you get salvation. If you want to know how to make a computer, then yeah, you would need to know about electricity. You would have to know about capacitors, microchips. You would have to know about stuff like that. But if you want to get salvation, there's things you got to know, things you got to apply. So you got to become a fool and forget all that stuff and prioritize. Fuck what you know or what you learn. Prioritize what you don't know, which is this word and this truth. That's what you got to prioritize. And when you start to prioritize that, you'll be like, you know what? I don't know anything. Y'all brothers are smart. Y'all brothers are intelligent. God is with you. Let me shut up and listen. That's how you become a fool. Acknowledge that you don't know anything. Acknowledge you don't know SHIT and have a desire to learn. It says, verse 19, for the wisdom of this world is foolishness with God. For it is written, he have taken the wise in their own craftiness. Verse 20, and again, Yahweh knoweth the thoughts of the wise, that they are vain. So, you have some wise people of this world, smart men, some very, very good business owners, some very, very good scientists, biologists, engineers, very talented musicians, historians, mathematicians, and there is a application to a lot of this knowledge. But as far as it is truth, no. Whatever knowledge you know about biology or zoology or astrology is not about to help you understand this Bible. You got to become a fool. I'm a dummy. I need to be learned. That's why, you got to basically be like a child again. The child goes around asking questions. Mommy, why is the sky blue? Why is the grass green? Are we there yet? Why does this do this? Why does that do this? They want to know everything. A child wants to know everything. And that's the way you got to be, an attitude that you got to have. Willing to learn, be a sponge. So many times I see people who are quick to talk and slow to listen. There's a saying that says communication is key. And I'm here to tell you that's a lie. Sounds good on a bumper sticker. It sounds good if you tweet it out. Sounds good on a Facebook post. It sounds good in a rap song or R&B lyric at the end of a song, or it sounds good for the title of a song. But communication is not key. What is key is comprehension. Comprehension is key. I can talk all day till the cows come home. But if you don't listen, all my communication, that key didn't solve anything. You have to be able to comprehend. You have to be able to comprehend. There's some people that just can't comprehend. So, you got to be a fool first and listen. Put your hands over your mouth sometimes. You got two ears and one mouth for a reason. There's some people that just love to just hear themselves talk. I see it all the time. I see it at my job. People that you work with and shit like that, and you start talking and then they start over talking you. Or you say something and after you get finished, what they say is not a response to what you say, but it's about something completely different that they themselves wanted to say. They're listening for the opportunity to talk instead of listening for the opportunity to understand. And you got to have that attitude if you want to be able to be successful in this truth and excel and learn. You got to make yourself a fool. I don't know anything. Well, I learned this. I told this. I'll say this. Teaching a uneducated person is a lot easier than teaching a miseducated person. A miseducated person, they think they know. Can't tell them nothing. An uneducated person, I know I don't know. Now it's time for me to learn. So you got to become a fool because you are already miseducated. Or either you're educated on some things that's irrelevant. But either or. You got to throw that thing to the side, but my baby. And on that note, I want to give all praise and glory to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, Bashem Kakwadash. Double honors to the elders of G Master well. Peace, salutations, and shalom.